"Dad, it's me. I'm still alive," the homeless boy whispered to the billionaire. What unfolded next would leave anyone stunned. Cold rain streamed down across Riverside Memorial Cemetery. Adrian Chin, a 38-year-old self-made millionaire in a tailored black suit and spotless white shirt, stood silently before a polished marble headstone holding 12 crimson roses, one for every year his son had lived. The engraving read, "Daniel Chin, cherished son, forever in our hearts." 5 long years. 5 unbearable years since the crash that took away his only child. Adrian had built a tech empire valued at $50 million. Yet he would surrender it all without hesitation just to hear Daniel's laughter one more time. As he lowered himself to place the flowers, soft footsteps echoed behind him. Adrian turned and saw a homeless boy, no older than 12, standing about 15 feet away. The child looked painfully frail beneath a dirt-stained olive jacket hanging awkwardly on his thin frame. His faded gray shirt was ripped, dark trousers tied up with a fraying rope, and his shoes were so worn that Adrian could see his exposed toes. The boy leaned heavily on a wooden stick like it was the only thing keeping him upright. But it was his face that made Adrian stop breathing. Under the grime and sunken cheeks, those brown eyes felt disturbingly familiar. "I'm sorry to bother you, sir," the boy murmured, his voice trembling. "It's okay," Adrian answered softly, his chest tight with compassion. "Are you all right? Do you need something?" The boy's eyes welled up instantly. I don't know how to explain this." Adrian stepped forward. "It's all right. Take your time." The boy raised his head, rain mixing with tears across his dirty face. "Dad, it's me." Adrian went completely still. "What did you say?" "It's me, Dad. I'm Daniel." The ground seemed to tilt beneath Adrian's feet. "That's impossible. My son died 5 years ago. I buried him here myself." "Please," the boy pleaded, his voice cracking. "I know this sounds insane, but I can prove it. Ask me anything. Something only Daniel would know." Adrian's fingers shook. This had to be some twisted scam. Yet those eyes. "If you really are my son, tell me about the camping trip when you were 7. The boy answered instantly. "Blue Ridge Mountains. It was your birthday weekend. Just the 2 of us because Mom said sleeping in tents was disgusting. You tried teaching me how to fish, but I kept messing up. I started crying because I thought you'd think I was dumb or something. If you've fallen in love with this story already, kindly smash that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories. Let's continue." Adrian felt his chest clench painfully. "No one else knew that memory. You pulled me close and said I was the best thing you'd ever created." The boy went on, tears spilling freely. "Not your business, not your fortune. Me. That night, I got scared from all those strange sounds in the woods. I crawled into your sleeping bag and you wrapped your arms around me. You told me being brave doesn't mean you don't feel fear. Then you sang that Mockingbird song, but you kept getting the lyrics wrong and inventing ridiculous ones. You sang it over and over until I fell asleep." Adrian's strength disappeared. He dropped onto his knees in the soaked grass, crying uncontrollably. Only Daniel knew that. Only his boy. How could this be real? Daniel sank down too, both of them weeping under the rain. "The crash. I wasn't the one in the car, Dad. It was my friend Noah, but they told you it was me. But your mother confirmed the body. The police were certain. Mom lied," Daniel said, and the anguish in his young voice was unbearable. "She knew it wasn't me. She knew I was still alive." Adrian pulled his son against his chest, holding him for the first time in 5 years. "Start from the beginning. Tell me everything." Daniel inhaled shakily. "Do you remember the week before the crash? Mom said she was taking me to Noah's house to sleep over. She wanted to drive me in that old blue SUV we hardly ever used." "I remember," Adrian whispered. "But that morning, Noah's mom called and said she would pick me up instead. She wanted to take us to the arcade first. Mom looked really upset about it, but she agreed. So I went with Noah's mom instead." Daniel's voice softened. "We were driving down that steep hill on Route 7. Noah sat in the front because he called shotgun. I was in the back seat. Then the brakes failed. Noah's mom kept pressing them, but nothing worked. We just kept speeding up. A truck ran the light at the bottom and slammed into us. We rolled again and again. I don't remember everything, just the sound and the shattered glass and Noah screaming. Adrian held him tighter, feeling his son trembling in his arms. When the car finally came to a stop, it was flipped completely upside down. Noah wasn't moving at all. There was blood everywhere. His mom was unconscious. I was hurt badly too, my ribs, my head, but I could still move. I crawled through the shattered window and ran into the woods to look for help. Then you saw your mother. Adrian said, a dreadful realization taking shape. Daniel nodded against his father's chest. I heard a car pull up and thought it was the ambulance. So I went back toward the road, but it was Mom. She was just standing there staring at the wreck at Noah in the front seat. And Dad, she was smiling. Adrian felt nauseous. I shouted to her. I said, Mom, help. Noah is hurt. When she turned and saw me standing there alive, her whole face changed. She looked furious, not scared for me or relieved I was okay. Just furious. What did she do? Adrian asked, even though he feared the answer. She grabbed my arm really hard and dragged me away from the road into the trees where no one could see us. She was hurting me, but I was too afraid to say anything. Then she looked straight at me and said, Daniel's voice cracked. She said, you were supposed to be in that car. Adrian felt a surge of anger, like nothing he'd ever known. I didn't understand. Daniel continued. I asked her what she meant. She said she planned everything, that she'd messed with the brakes because she wanted me gone. She said I ruined her life. That because of me, you wouldn't give her money in the divorce. She said terrible things, Dad. Things no mother should ever say. I'm so sorry, Adrian cried. I should have known what she was. I should have protected you. She told me everyone would think Noah was me. She said we looked similar and no one would know after the crash. She said you'd believe it because you'd want to believe her. Then she gave me money from her purse. I think it was about $2,000. And she told me to disappear, to go far away and never come back. Daniel lifted his gaze toward his father, those shattered brown eyes searching. She said if I ever told anyone I was still alive, she'd make sure I didn't survive next time. She said nobody would believe a kid anyway. Then she just walked away. She got in her car and drove off like I didn't matter. Adrian cradled his son's face in his palms. You were only 7. 7? How did you make it this long? I was terrified, Daniel confessed. I hid in the woods until I heard the sirens. I heard them saying my name. They thought Noah was me. After they left, I just ran. I didn't know what else to do. I used the money Mom gave me to buy food and things. I found places to sleep, parks, under bridges, wherever I could stay out of sight. When the money ran out, I learned to search for food in dumpsters behind restaurants. 4 or 5 years, Adrian whispered, tears rolling down his cheeks. My little boy on the streets for 5 years. I found this jacket in a donation bin about 2 years ago. It was huge then, but it fits now. The stick is because I hurt my leg really badly about a year after everything. It never healed properly because I couldn't go to a hospital. They'd ask questions. Why didn't you come to me earlier? Adrian asked softly. I would have kept you safe. I was scared, Daniel said quietly. I was just a kid. Mom said she'd kill me if I came back. I believed her, but then he took a shaky breath. I saw on the news at the library that she's getting married next month to some powerful judge. And I realized if I don't tell you now, I never will. Once she marries him, she'll be too powerful. Nobody will believe me. Adrian rose to his feet, pulling Daniel up with him. He removed his expensive suit jacket and wrapped it around his son's thin shoulders. Listen carefully. You will never be alone again. You will never be cold or hungry or afraid. You are my son, and I failed you once. That will never happen again. I just want to go home, Daniel whispered. Then we're going home, Adrian said firmly. But first, we're going to the police. Your mother will answer for what she did to you, to Noah, to his family, and we're going to make sure everyone learns the truth. Daniel looked uneasy. What if she was right? What if nobody believes me? They'll believe you, Adrian promised. Because I believe you, and I'll make sure the whole world knows what she did. As they walked toward Adrian's car, father and son reunited after 5 long years. Adrian made a quiet vow. Victoria would face justice. Noah would get his identity back. And Daniel, his brave survivor, would finally be safe. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful stories. Comment below what you think should happen to the mother. See you in the next one.